Welcome to Secrets to Alignment with Savannah Schaffer. I am here to equip you with the belief and energy to make your dreams a reality. Take this time to fill your cup and align with the most vibrant version of you. Hi. Welcome back to the Secrets to Alignment podcast with your host, Savannah Schaffer. I am so eternally grateful that you are here today. I hope that you had the best Thanksgiving. I'm sending love out to you and all of your family and everyone who you got to celebrate with, including the chosen family, because I know that we all have so many of those. I hope that you guys had a great time to make memories, and I am feeling really grateful today. Honestly, I'm feeling super grounded, very excited to pour into all of you guys, and I actually had two messages that I wanted to share today. So I'm going to go into two parts for this podcast. So we've got part A, which is stop neglecting yourself, and part B, stop chasing things outside of yourself. Both of these two topics have been coming up in my life recently, and I just felt like I had such a great message to share with you guys on these specific topics. So I'm super excited to jump into this episode. But before I do, I just wanted to let you guys know that there are some really awesome things coming soon. I am going to be dropping some super special deals on my coaching within December. I have never ever done anything like this before, and they're gonna kind of be like these bite-sized little offers that you guys can kind of get into my world and dive into either me personally one-on-one or get my programs that I've created over the last 2 years. So I'm very excited for those. And right now, something that you can join and become a part of going into this upcoming year, if you're wanting to get into 2025 feeling like you actually know how to handle your emotions, you feel like you know your next step, your next move, you have complete confidence in where you are at in your life, in your business, in your relationship, in your friendships, just the people that are surrounding you. If you want to have that knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be, I invite you to join us in Tranquil Minds. My vision for this group coming up in this upcoming year is just so expansive, and I'm so grateful to be able to pour into this community of women. You guys can actually join right now for only $1 if you use the code CHANGE, and I'm only going to let the next probably 5 girls get into this group at that rate, and then after that, coming up in 2025, we are going to be bumping that price, and I'm really excited just to have such an incredibly aligned group of women in there this upcoming year. So if you want to get in on that special pricing, make sure you go ahead and join us as soon as possible so that you can lock in your spot at that discounted rate, because it's going to be going up in this next new year, and I'm so excited to just see what comes from this incredible group. All right, now that we have got our announcements out of the way, I am ready to pour into you guys, and really this episode is more so about pouring into yourself. And when it comes to neglecting yourself, I feel like a lot of us kind of get into this pattern of just being really intentional, and then all of a sudden life kind of gets a hold of us. We've got a lot of things going on, and we start to kind of peel back and we start to pull back on the things that are most important to us, and the reason that we started these habits, or the reason that we started this business, or whatever. And this is the time to really take time to be selfish, to be honest. And you being selfish is actually not a bad thing. It is a positive thing for everyone who surrounds you. This supports not only yourself, but it supports all of your friends, your family, anyone who you are sharing energy with. They are going to get a version of you who is filled and not depleted, which is so helpful to everyone around. With the holidays being here and all of us being maybe surrounded by more family, or we're out shopping a ton, or we're doing Black Friday shopping, whatever, there's a lot of things that are going on right now. And we are actually around a lot of people's energy during this time of the year. It could be the time of the year where you're around the most energy that you're used to. With shopping, the holidays, and the upcoming new year, just wanting to spend time with family and friends, that energy that you are spending with them, it really has to be nourished and replenished after you are giving it. So this is the perfect time to make sure that in your calendar, the same way that you schedule work and all of your other responsibilities, take time to actually schedule out when you are taking time for yourself. When are you going to just sit with yourself? Whether that's you having to wake up an extra 30 minutes in the morning just to have some time to have peace and quiet and time for yourself, or it's you taking time at the end of the night to make sure that you're cuddled up with a good book. Make sure that you're doing those things, because if you do not, you're going to find this holiday season and these next upcoming months just really taking it all out of you. And that's not what we need whatsoever. I want you to be going into this new year feeling so replenished, feeling so ready to take on another year of so much abundance and fulfillment. One of my best tips here is to make sure that you are grounded and you're centering yourself before seeing your friends, your family, whoever that you're sharing energy with. And I think that it's really important to do this because a lot of times other people around us will start to have maybe a lower vibration and we automatically match that energy just because we're feeling their feelings, we're feeling their energy. So I want you to be very intentional when it comes to going out to dinner or seeing your family around Christmas time or whenever it is, making sure that you set an intention before that you go, and make sure that you're not allowing anyone else to throw you off, not allowing anyone else's vibe or energy to affect your own. And this is something that you actually have power of. I know that a lot of times we feel like we are just consumed by other people and they're constantly making us feel out of whack, but you do have the power to choose your own thoughts. You have the power to not allow yourself to sink to that level and show up the way that you were before this event. Something that I just did actually this morning was I purchased a new book that I have been really, really excited to read, because I noticed that I go in rhythms when it comes to reading of like, I'm really enjoying a certain book, and then once I finish it, I just kind of forget about reading altogether at times, or I get to like the last chapter and then I don't finish the book and then I just stop reading, and I don't want to do that. I really want to continuously dive into just the knowledge that we have available to us, the resources that are there to help us grow and succeed and learn and become better versions of ourselves. So go find a good book, and instead of occupying your time with watching reality TV and watching other people and their lives, or scrolling on social media and comparing yourself to everybody on there, why don't you actually take a second to nourish your mind and fill your mind with positivity, fill your mind with optimism and things that are actually going to set you up for success. And lastly, on this first point, when you start to feel yourself actually getting overwhelmed or that vibe kind of attaching to you, I want you to take a second. If you're around other people, go to the bathroom, take some deep breaths, recenter yourself, journal in your phone if you need to, but make sure that you're not allowing yourself to just be on autopilot and just be absorbing all of these other energies around yourself. Really protect yourself within this time, center yourself, and make sure that you're in a great headspace to create memories, to enjoy, to have laughter flowing. Like, that is the energy that you want to be in, especially around the ones that you love. So center yourself whenever you notice that overwhelm. And if you're just noticing a sense of overwhelm overall, and you're just noticing it's kind of been like a daily thing for you recently, make sure to schedule in your next day where it's going to be a whole day of self-care, not a day just to rot in bed. Yes, you can do a little bit of that, like watch your favorite shows or whatever, but actually make time to fill your cup and do your face masks, do your hair masks, take a shower, like do an everything shower, take a bath, like do whatever that you need to fill your cup and make you feel your absolute best, because you deserve to be at your best in everyone around you deserves to experience you in your highest vibration. The second thing that I wanted to dive into you guys with about is going to be stop chasing things outside of yourself. And this is something that I personally am always doing work on, but I feel like recently I've really had to remind myself to be content with where I am currently at. And it is something that I feel like a lot of us can kind of just get caught up in life and chasing goals and making sure to hit the next ranks or the next numbers or the next clients or the next income goals, whatever. And the tough thing is that there's never going to be a stop for any of that. There's always going to be a higher number to accomplish. There's always going to be a bigger way that you can make an impact. And if you cannot be just present and content with where you're currently at, you're going to stay in this chasing mentality for far too long. And again, I'm saying this to myself right now too. I totally get into these mindsets where I just want the next big thing. I literally feel like a toddler and I'm like, I want it now. I want it now. But I've had to remind myself to actually start taking time to reflect on all the things that are going right in my life. For example, last night or the night before, I actually took time to journal on all of the things that had happened in the week that I was proud of or that I was excited for. And just taking that time left me going to sleep with a sense of fulfillment and contentment and peace and just happiness for where I'm currently at in my life. Whereas prior to, I probably would have just like jumped into Monday morning just being like, how can I crush the next goal and like get after the next thing, which is good to have some of that mentality. But when it starts to come from this like needy energy of needing something for you to be happy, when you're getting into that mindset of saying, I'll be happy when X, Y, and Z, maybe when you hit 10K months or when you finally get that new car or when your business finally hits blah, 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 or your Instagram hits this many followers, whatever it is, you're always going to be chasing that feeling because once you hit those things, you know how it is. It's literally a 24-hour, 48-hour high where you're super excited, you're so proud of yourself, you're so ecstatic with what you've accomplished, and then it's gone and you're on to the next thing. And then you're looking at, okay, how can I go even bigger? Or you see someone on social media and you're like, oh my gosh, how can I accomplish what she has? And then you're just setting that bar higher and higher and higher. And again, I'm not saying do not set goals because I think that goals are incredible. But when it has that desperate, needy energy connected to it, that is not what you want to manifest more of. You do not want to create more of that needy energy. So I want you to ask yourself, can you actually be content with where you're currently at? Can you accept and be proud of where you're currently at? Because the reality is you've probably prayed to be in the exact position that you're currently at right now. And you're getting caught up in the comparison game. You're getting caught up in chasing the next big things. And you need to start chasing the feelings inside, not the external validation and the approval of others. Start to turn inwards and start to create the feelings of joy and happiness and fulfillment within yourself first. Because you do not manifest things, you manifest feelings. If you desire something out of validation or people accepting you or the approval of others, you are only going to manifest more of that feeling. And that's the last thing that we would want for you. For example, let's say that you want a specific kind of car because it's going to make you look successful, people are going to be intrigued by you, and you'll finally be accepted into maybe this high-class luxury lifestyle and community. This right here, you're seeking validation, acceptance, and intrigue. Now, let's say that with that energy, you actually end up manifesting that thing. You end up getting that car. And now you're super duper excited. And when you get it, you're stoked to have it. But then you start to notice that you again feel empty inside. You're going through this hamster wheel of just wanting things and getting them and then recognizing that it actually doesn't do what you're wanting it to do because you have to do that work internally. You have to deal with the feelings of not being validated, or you not validating yourself, you not accepting yourself, you not being intrigued by yourself. If you are not doing those things for yourself, you are going to search externally for those things. And again, I have absolutely been there. I have dealt with this on my own. I have really been doing a lot of work around these specific things. That's why I'm bringing it to you guys, because I know that if I've dealt with it, you guys could be or have already gone through this too. But once you start to get extremely clear on what you're doing, why you're doing it, and noticing what is fueling this goal within you, what is fueling this fire to get to that next level, and it's actually from a place of wanting to help others or wanting to truly make a difference in the world, that is so different than just wanting to accomplish these things so that you can be accepted into a specific kind of community or whatever. There are always different ways that our ego is trying to come in and trying to kind of take the wheel here and steer us into the wrong direction. And that's where you really have to have that intuitive knowing of, why are you doing this? And what is actually in this for you? Why are you so committed to getting to that next level? And how is it going to affect not only you, but the people around you, the people you are wanting to make a difference in their lives for? Start to get into the habit of just focusing on yourself first. Focus on you first. Focus on the feelings that you are wanting to attract with the experiences or with the memories or with the friends. Just make sure that you're actually focused on those feelings rather than just objects, just things, because those are all fleeting and feelings are what stick around forever. Those are things that you can recreate and really make an impression within your soul on a soul level and really shift things for the better for yourself. If you're wanting to truly dive in and manifest your next level of success and abundance and joy and freedom and fulfillment, you are absolutely in the right place. I'm so happy to be here to support you. And if you guys had any questions whatsoever on this episode, if you're dealing with any of these things and you want me to dive in a little bit deeper, I am absolutely here for you. Please send me a message on social media and I will get back to you. And I'm so grateful for you again. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next episode.